Good morning, Alex. Shane. Hit the button. There's the button. Gentle peoples. Wasn't sure if people would realize the time of day it is and get things going. Hey, it looks like that's where it's supposed to be. That's where it's supposed to be. Cool, cool. We're trying a different camera today. It is so hot and muggy today, I almost don't want to have the shirt on. Definitely couldn't have the hat on. Just got done clearing morning notifications. Very cool. Let me keep warming this bar up. There's going to be a lot of times where my back is to you guys, sadly. I'll keep talking. But I decided it's too hot. It's too muggy, hot feeling anyway. It's not actually all that hot in here. It's only 61 degrees, but very humid. That I didn't want to turn on the gas today. I replaced the broken bricks I had in my solid fuel forge. Every time I forge weld in there, those bricks are not real happy with me afterwards. Wet down my coal. How are you all this morning? Hey Ben, haven't seen you here in a while. I see Jeff and Rob jumped in. Wow. Nope, no naked forging. The minimum I will go down to is a kilt and boots. No kilt today, but I really thought about it. So, last time we met, this was the outcome of the effort. Really disappointing. So, we're going to try again, but we're going to use different material this time. A little different technique this time. We'll see what we end up with. May still not end up having anything for the blacksmith challenge this month, but kind of didn't get into the garage to pull out my, we're still cleaning the garage. The garage is pretty close to done being cleaned, but there was a lot to do in there. Tenth day off in a row. You worked your ass off for a period, and now you're not getting any work at all. That's weird. I mean, maybe it's not weird for you. So I assume you're talking airline tickets to go to Quadfest, Alexis? I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to shake hands with folks that have been hanging out here. So I'm glad you got plane tickets if that's what you're talking about. All right, this one's going to be a test of whether or not I can think through the process a little bit more, especially because the material is in no way, shape, or form the right shape or form for the job, but it has the mass I need. So let's give this a go. Move these things out of the way. This is some tough stuff. It holds on to heat really nice too. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is start spreading it out, so I have the material necessary to split and turn into the mustache. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll start spreading it out, and then catch my breath there. Then I'll neck down behind where I think the back of the mustache will be to start making the rod. And then I think I'm going to use this texture on the rebar as the handle. That's what made me decide to pick this piece of material. let that soak in there for a minute while I see what the chat's been up to. Ah, good, Shane. I'll take hugs too. I don't offer hugs too often. How can I put this? Hugs are great, but some folks find hugs to be too intimate, and I have the difficulty of, this has just been me life, of not being able to tell when a person is going to be okay with hugs, and I don't like to mess around with people's personal space. So I don't do hugs unless hugs are offered. I'm sure you can watch it in virtual reality, but you won't see it in 3D. If somebody offers to let me stay at the coffee grounds, I will stay at the coffee grounds. But I've got to be invited before I can stay there, right? It would be awesome to be able to stay there because, I mean, all of y'all will be there. A bunch of y'all will be anyway. And you always talk about how great it is to stay at the coffee grounds. So... yeah, right there. All right, the spreading part. All right, let's go ahead and get her back in the fire. Put in some ear protection. That hurt. Don't want to do that too long. Oh yeah, that fire's getting nice and hot now. I have no idea what you meant with that one, Ben. I'm not getting 2 inches from a train. What? Huh? Morning, Kevin. Yeah, what's the countdown say? Oh, Alexis is staying at the coffee grounds. There you go. Who else is at the coffee grounds? I assume you guys got to first meet me in person before I'm going to end up being invited to such an exclusive club. All right. About this. No, I still like that. Let's switch to this. We'll try and pull it out that way. Lots of marring to get this one done, but we'll clean it up. I don't like the amount of marring there was involved in that, so I'm probably going to go back to the... Yeah, I'm going to go back to the... the rounding hammer. This one's getting me a workout. Gonna make a sparkler out of it. All right, that's where we need it. And that cleaned it up. Good, good. All right, that gets us down to the material size that I was looking for. That does the taper that I talked about last time. Should have been done first. If I'm going to keep it from burning up, I think I need to do a courtesy bend here so it comes up out of the fire. And that is if I haven't already ruined it right there. That's interesting. I'm not going to worry about it. It'll be part of the texture of the mustache, assuming it doesn't just fall right off again. Let's go ahead and get it hot enough to bend. I don't think my... Yeah, there's that. There we go. It's a little high, but it'll do. You guys can see I had to break out the tool stand there. 89 days, 0 hours. Wow, cool. Oh, yeah. Now I understand what you were saying, Ben. Where else can I get to be? Where else can you be where you can watch forging from 2 inches away from the train? Now I understand. I didn't even bring a drink out here for me today. So unless I'm going for the slack tub, I'm not allowed to drop anything. Maybe my son is watching at this point and will run a drink out here to me. My can of cold water. All right, that's hot enough to bend out of the way. Why are we doing this? Because I'm going to heat up this area here, and I don't need this part burning up while I'm at it, because it started to be a sparkler as it was. So we'll just go like that into the fire. There it is. Turn the crank whilst raking, and you move up all the stuff that's getting in the way of your air vents. Now to try to avoid my second mistake that I made last time, which is trying to neck it right up against the mustache too early. Let that soak there for a minute. Slack tub, you dare me? I already have enough intestinal problems, Ben. Thanks, though. All right. ahead and neck it down a bit behind it. Not a lot behind it, though. All right. We'll come in closer over time, but not right immediately. Let's see if I goof it up again. Double dog. Oh my God. Trying to get me in trouble with my wife, Ben. That's the old man's version of my mom would kill me. There we go. All right, we can start sneaking up on it, I think. Back in the fire. Go. Nice and hot in there. Walk away for a minute. That does sound like fun, Ben. I've been thinking about getting a what do they call those? A laser engraver. All right, let's work on back instead of working where that was. Things want to twist on me because of how I'm hitting. Easy to fix, but make it hot again. Make it hotter. Where are you? There you are. I hope you guys don't mind me having moved this earlier, but it's been daylight here since, full on daylight since about 5:30 this morning, so. I get roosters who start crowing when they first see the sun at about 4:30. Okay, continuing on. I'm going to come to the chat so I can give my heart a rest. All right. Take care, Kevin. I assume he means install a ring. Falcon 2 Pro. Cool. Is that one of the ones that's enclosed so that the filter keeps you from having to breathe it all? Mountain Home Forge, welcome aboard. Yeah, no, I think we can all, if you're out in the country anyway, we can all start the day out screaming. So, I don't know. All your friends hate you. Because you start your day out screaming? I'm real fortunate to find myself living on acreage in a rural setting, only a mile away from a downtown urban setting. Where I live, they have a ag preservation zone, and I just got real lucky in finding this property at the right time. And have great neighbors. Well, 2 of the 4 that I know are great neighbors. That's a pretty good ratio. All right. Let's keep on swinging. All right, it doesn't need to be any smaller than that. Let's keep going up this way. Don't miss. Oof. Whew. Good thing I didn't get that too thin down there. He wants to bend all up. We'll go this way into the fire. I know why it does it. In case you don't, the physics of it is simple. It's bouncing in midair. There's nothing to stop it from going down, except the anvil, and it's causing a rebound effect that makes it go in that wonky direction when it's hovering over air. Not much I can do about it. Straighten it over time. Getting a tiny little rake down there and open up the air ports. There we go. V-shaped forge is really cool, but and the adjustable tweer is really cool, but it's not as easy as the what's it called? The vertical pipe with the vertical tweer with the clinker breaker. There you go. I don't know if I shouldn't say it's not as easy. It isn't really all that hard to rake the bottom while turning the crank. So Yep, time to pile in some more coal. Working bigger stuff makes you go through coal faster. Got a bucket full of coal, but my coal bag split while I was filling it, or picking it up to fill it. So I got this pile of coal just on the ground. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's the top of my forge. My forge hood just came falling off. I have to bend another piece of sheet metal to go over that after a while. Yeah, that's just creosote. Yeah, that's not metal. That's just soot. Huh. Just fell off the top of my forge. All right, back to what I was doing. Scooping coal. I'm burning off the hairs on my fingers. Don't need them anyway. Let's go ahead and wet it. Whew. Let's grab gloves. All right. That's stocked back up again. Lunch already. Wow. Yeah, I guess it is about that time out there on the East Coast. I was going to say, if your friends hate you, I was thinking the exact same thing. Nope, you didn't miss any fun stuff yet. Just, you know, making progress, well, slowly but surely. Come on. There it is. In my case, I don't think it's clinker. There's nothing going on in today's burn that would make me think clinker. This just gets clogged up as the coke burns down into smaller and smaller bits. All right, let's do a little straightening here. There we go. Let's continue on. I'm just realizing that that camera angle is the worst, and it doesn't need to be there. I've just realized what I can do about it. Big dummy. All right. I'm going to reset the camera. And not the one you think, possibly, but we'll see. I forgot that it's not tethered. All right. This camera, we'll go over here, big dummy, could just as well be right here. Sorry if I made anybody nauseous in that moving. Now, let's see what it sees. Anvil. Me. Not the best angle. Let's keep moving it. We'll put it over here. And then, there. Gimbals, gotta love them. It's like, I know you're tilting me, but I don't care. All right, let's take a look. We'll go to Smithy. That doesn't help in the least bit. Way over here. There's the fire. There's the anvil. I'm being captured. There we go. Anvil. That's the angle. Fire. Look at that. All right. Hey, Eric. Morning, morning. Nope, nope, nope. Now it's moved out of the... I don't see fire now. Do I? No, I see red bucket. Fire. There we go. And now, you're not looking at my back. I'll live with it. All right. And now I can look at you and talk. Yep, now I can look at you and talk. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I can look at you and talk. You can't see my face when I'm doing it. You get to have that, this old Tony kind of style of thing, where you just get to see my hands doing, conducting. All right. We'll go back over to where the work's happening, though. Yeah. So what I did also learn, though, is no matter how much I swing the hammer over here and get my heart rate up. Apple Watch is dumb, and all it sees is the fact that I'm turning a crank, and therefore thinks I'm exercising. Okay, let's go out. Let's continue this. All right. All right. It's coming along. And it's a lot of work to do. I mean, I could have split that and turned it into a mustache at this point, I know. But the goal here is to make that a rounded rod by the time I'm done. And end up with just this much material for handle. It'll probably be up here though. And then I cut off the rest. That's the goal. Can I do it in an hour? I know if I had a power hammer, this would be done in 15 minutes, but we'll see. It'd be cool if I could. See, if I put this on there right now, and I'm going to do this just for fun, I bet it's okay figuring out where the hell I am now. Hey, look at that. Now I really could be talking to you. Hey, look at you guys talking up a storm. No, Tony. You really had to ask, Ben? Oh my goodness. And if that location is good, then I can do this too. Let's just try it real quick. I'm not going to switch things around, but let's try it. Smithy. Yeah, and that gives a pretty good view of what's going on between there. All right, I'll probably end up switching things around, and that way you guys can, you know, see that aspect of all this. Do, but not today. We have work to do. My wife bought me these great Carhartts that are fire resistant, and all I want to do now is be naked, so That's not good safety protocol, though, kids. Playing with fire sans clothes is a sure way to get scarred for life. And not because you saw Grandpa in his birthday suit. Whew. Hi, Rosie. Getting a visitor from our principal inspector here. Starting to get hot in the spot I hold. I'm gonna do something about that. Rosie, I promise I won't brand you with this. Hello, young lady. There's nothing in here for you, though. There we go. Nice and cool again. Rosie, this is not your place. Not your place. I think she just wanted to prove she could open it. Oh, it lost me finally. Hello, camera. There you go. Now that you're over here, let's take that off. Let's go ahead and adjust it again. I learned, though, why it has flight controls. That's because I was holding it backwards. When you hold it from the direction you're supposed to, flight controls make a lot of sense because they're not flight controls at that point. You got to put your phone on it the correct way. You got to hold it the right way. And everything makes sense. All right. I can't see it from over here, so why am I trying so hard? That can't be right anyway. Let's bring it over. Nope, this way. There we go. Do I see a fire now? I see me. I see a fire. I see a fire. I see me. All right. Back over here, I see an anvil. All right, that means I can do a little bit more fire. Not a lot more. Nope, wrong way. There we go. There we go. Anvil. Yeah, look at that. Yay! I am working on redoing the project from last time. Here, I'll show you where I got last time before things went awry. I had a beautiful mustache. I had a bar attached to it. It's not attached to it anymore. Let's go put this over here where we can see it. Beautiful mustache. Bar attached to it. Not attached to it anymore. So we're working on the beautiful mustache a second time. I'll use this beautiful mustache in a different project. Working on doing it again, except when I saw the rebar, I was like, oh, the rebar would make a neat handle. So, Rosie, you don't belong in here. Go on. Go on. Go on, sweetie. Clean those ears out. Here you go. Cute thing. Fat old beast. Sorry, I had to have a Rosie break. She said so. Next thing I know, she's going to walk in here and knock over my cameras. Here she comes. Let's move this where maybe she won't knock it. Can you guys see her? Here, let's go to this view. Rosie, this isn't a stall. This is a blacksmith shop. And you're not out there turning the crank, so therefore you don't belong in here. This is very hot. And she's stubborn as a mule, as they say. There's nothing in here. Good thing I left just plenty of room for you to come in and turn around, right? There really is nothing in here. We don't keep any of the good stuff in here. I mean, I know you guys don't mind me making an ass of myself, but all right, well, you stand right there. I'm going to make noise, and then you're going to jump. We're going to see. Do-do-do-do. Well, you don't jump. How about that? Anybody else watch that heat just travel down the iron as I was hitting it? Whew. I'm running out of juice there. You can hear it happening, can't you? Wheels on that locomotive died. I don't know why you're standing there, Rosie. There's nothing in there. Okay. Hey, you. While I can smith around you, it's probably not the safest thing in the world. This has become the Rosie show, hasn't it, Rosie? Come on, you. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Here you go. Face that way. That way you can go out when you want. Lumpy fat girl. My big ass dog with hooves. Here, let me get that out of your eyes. You're not afraid of anything, are you? You really aren't. All right. Let's see what your adoring fans have to say. My pasty, flabby body. Mine too, Kevin. I better wear that stash. Stop now and call it a leaf. Yeah, she wants brushed. She goes and rolls in her bedding all the time. Or she comes out here and rolls in the ash. I guess that keeps the fleas off. There's nothing good to eat in here, you know. You just want to see what's happening, huh? Or you want pets. One or the other. Here, hold me up. Hold me up. She never holds me up. She'll lean on me, but she won't let me lean on her. Hold me up. Nope. Silly. What do you see? A lot of heat, didn't it? That'd hurt you. Don't go near the hot. All right. My dear, let me around you. All right. There you go. Good girl. Woo! There we go. Things have gotten all twisted up. I think I'll heat that up and untwist it. It's only twisted at the end, so it's probably due to me striking it obliquely or something at one point when drawing it out. It's drawn out real good though. Let's cool the holding end off. Rosie, we already did this dance, you and me. I proved I can work around you. You can't stop me. And you can't get in there. There's nothing in there for you anymore anyway. We took everything yummy out of there. Up. You did it. Good job. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to disrupt the whole show. The show isn't about her. You pain in the ass donkey. Pain in the ass donkey. Cameras go that way. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Then we'll turn it back on again. And then we'll turn it towards where we want to see things. And then we'll go back over here. We'll pick up the other camera. Did everybody have fun? All right. Loop, loop. Everybody got to see the Rosie show. We can go back to looking at the anvil. I think Rosie's done making a wreck of things. And boy, did she make a wreck of things. That's the end of using that camera for that purpose. Until I order a new cable. I guess I'll make the next cable longer. Because that's donezo. We'll go ahead and switch to using a different view. We'll use that view. You guys are all going to watch things through that camera at this point. And that is now trash. I really need a trash bucket out here. We'll use this as a trash bucket today. And I'll do some trash cleanup afterwards. All right. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? Let's get this pointing where I want it to. Which is to say, there. And there. Yep. Make it a little lower. There we go. Now let's continue the show from there. Let's see what you guys had to say about all that. Well, I gotta change that one. We'll do that later. Rolling the hay. That's how you got so big. Oh, Ben. Be right there. That's right. More likes, definitely. I'll have to do an outtake reel just of Rosie visiting and post that on the you're wearing a helmet. Good. When chaos ensues. Yep, that's what's going to have to get posted. That one's going to have to get posted. I know it may even have to become a short. As much as I hate shorts, I think that one's shorts worthy. I am now able to post hour-long videos on TikTok. So I think I'm going to end up also using TikTok a little bit to see if there's any Smiths on there that would need to know that this is a channel to come and check out, hang out with y'all, talk about Smith stuff, talk about being kind to people. Even Ben, especially Ben. He needs all the kindness he can get. Don't we all? I don't know about y'all, but I was a big fan of Mr. Rogers. I think he had it right. That man was a Christian minister and never once went about talking about Christ or people going to hell. He talked about loving your neighbor. He talked about acts of kindness. He talked about looking for the people that help, to find hope in that. Being the people that help. In my little world, Mr. Rogers was a hero. Nothing against folks in the military that spend their lives doing things for the purposes of supporting our country, but love has no borders. And fighting is the last resort, not the first. In this country, it seems like people want it to be the first. We're not the only country that does that. My favorite veterans are those who understand that. I guess my kid wasn't watching the live stream today because I'm dying of thirst, getting weak in the knees. Maybe I'm hankering for Unca cheese. All right. Woo! All right. Nope, definitely gonna have to heat that area up first. We'll go do that now. First, let's clean this up. All right. I think we're just about to the length I need it to be. When I start thinning this out a little more to be about like that and rounding it, we should be right where I need it to be. Wow. That's been some work. Work, work, Angelica. Work, work, Elijah. And Peggy. Anybody? Is it just me? Trying not to put my fingers in the fire, but pull back. There we go. Some fuel I accidentally pushed too far back. There we go. All right. Skorts? I don't know nothing about no skorts. Oh, as in a really short kilt with legs. Nah, too restrictive. I'm a blacksmith and I'm okay. I work all night and I sleep all day. No, that's not right. I don't sleep all night either. I sleep most of the night. A fridge in the shop. Man, that would be awesome. I wish I had electricity out here. I wonder how much electricity it would draw if I could actually use my EcoFlow Delta for that, for any length of time. I would assume it's the initial load, and then after that, it's just maintenance. I forgot to go get that song that Yama has made and start memorizing it. That would be a fun one. We'll need that in a minute. Handle's not too hot yet, but it's going to get there. Oh yeah, there we go. I even got sparklers that time. I think it's hot enough now. All right. All right, I see what mistake I was making before. Just talking to myself on that. But I wasn't striking off the side of the anvil quite right before. Whew. So that was taking much more effort than it had been before. It also was probably hot, not as hot as it was this time. Why is it cooling off so much faster this time than it did earlier? Or is it I'm just wearing out faster? It's probably that. Most likely that. Tried to twist on me there. Here we go. Just have to tilt it on its edge, hit it on a corner, it untwists itself. There we go. Let's go heat this up and do the same thing. We got to round that up anyway. First, we got to cool it off. I can hold on to it right now, but it's getting a little warm. I think we're about to the point it needs to be, too. Let's start rounding it and we'll find out. All right. Let's zoom out a little so you guys can see better. Oh, I've got the shakes from this. Did I zoom out? Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't see from that camera anyway. We'll come over here. So I'm thinking about holding it on this part here. We'll see if it's as long as any other rake I have. I know what I want to do with it, so let's just take and check it out from that. And yes, I know this is supposed to be a brand, but I'm not going to be branding many things. I have no use for branding steaks, but it'll that'll work out as a rake real well when it's all said and done. So, all right. Whew. That's some heart pumping work right there. What I really want is for it to reach the back by the time I'm done. So that kind of gave a back of this forge, because none of my rakes currently can reach the back of the forge. So I start to singe the few hairs I have on my hands every time I go to rake coal forward that's been pushed to the back from my trying to get the material down into the hot coals. Which are all up front. Now, mind you, that only happens when I'm working longer pieces, but as time goes on, I'm hoping to do more and more longer pieces, so. Getting a blister on my hand from all that swinging of that hammer. Whew. Haven't had one of those in a long time. Yeah, Thomas, did you get, how you doing? I live, my shop is about an acre away from the house. So yeah, I could get an extension cord out here, but it's not the best idea. A quarter mile? Wow. And I hadn't realized they were good for that far. To brand wood. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, wood burning. Yep. That's a really good idea, though. To brand your packaging. Good idea, Alexis. That's why you're an artist. I haven't worked so hard in a long time to work a piece of steel into something interesting. So. Whew. Back in the fire. And there went some of the coals out the back end that I was trying to avoid having happen. Oh well. Let's see if I'm going to catch anything on fire for having to have had that happen. I doubt it. but best to check. Nope. All right. I'm going to grab a glove because I have a suspicion this material is going to be getting to be too hot to hold bare hands. Or even human hands. I think I'm going to run out of juice before I get this done, though. That's okay. It'll give me something to do next week. Or, sorry, the week after. I just may not do the July challenge unless I can get it done in 2 shows. I swear I keep seeing sparklers, but there can't be any way, so it's got to be charcoal dust at the bottom. Either that or the rust popping off. That was a lot of text. Let's see what we got here. Just in case it didn't show up, but I'm sure it's in the stream. That's what I did with mine. I branded the box. I used it to put my touch mark on custom box of steak turners for my grandparents. And then Jeff said, I worked in a furniture factory that branded their name on the back of furniture. And Alexa said, the people that do subterranean surveys attach all their sensor nets with extension cords, and they do like a square mile at a time. Okay. I mean, yeah, it probably could be done. I don't know. I know we have extension cords going over to another outbuilding on the property where my son uses as his bedroom. The electrical in this house is not the top notch, so. All right. Let's see how much more we can move here before my arm gives out. Or before my blister makes me regret swinging a hammer for so long. A heavy hammer, that is. Oof. Fortunately, I am keeping the light grip the whole time, which is preventing me from having tennis elbow or blacksmith's elbow, but doesn't make it easy to hold on to the hammer and not get a blister. Let's go ahead and straighten that first. Even the glove is saying, that's hot, dude. All right. I think we're finally to the point where I want it to be. That's some tough rebar, man. All right. Whew. Of course, you can't touch wet stuff with a glove, else you're going to end up with a wet glove, and then you'll just steam your hand. Safety tip. All right. Let's go ahead and get this part warmed back up again. All right. Like I was saying, there's two ways to straighten something. You can take it to the vise and twist it. But you can also just hit it right and you'll end up getting the twist out that you're looking for. And there we go. No more twist. Of course, the leaf is blown over. I'm sorry, mustache is blown over. That's a different problem. We'll come back to that in a minute. All right. Let's go ahead and get this more uniform. That means I'm going to open the tweer up and heat up more area at a time. One moment. Four should do. All right. All right. We got 15 minutes before this show's over. I don't think I'm splitting the mustache during the show today. Oh, no. Nope, we're not splitting the mustache during the show today. How the heck? I must have introduced fractures in there for that to happen. Freaking Coal Forge, man. Well, that's 2 failures. 2 for 2. Incredible. That's what you get for using found material. Material not spec'd for the job. There's probably some mistakes I made along the way. Although this time, I'm not so sure what my mistakes are. Last time I was pretty sure what my mistakes were. Dag nabbit. I'm going to take this off here. I'm going to go here and see if can I even make. Let's do this. We're going to pause this for a second so that I can go here. Come on. Here. And get a photo of that. Because that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh my goodness. So, ladies and germs, that's the end of that venture. It's not going to be the last time I work on trying to make one of these, though. I really want this to work out. So, oh well. Turn that off. That should re-enable the camera. Hello. Go ahead and put it back here. Right. Okay, disappointing. Well, that's all the hammering I'm doing today. I'm going to come over and hang out with y'all. Very, very disappointing. I mean, I could still finish the mustache. You're absolutely right, Eric. And that's probably what I'm going to do. Just not in this live stream. And then I think what I'll also do, because it'll be a fun, it'll be something I've been needing to learn how to do anyway. And that is, I will see about doing a drop tong forge. Drop tong weld. The biggest challenge I would have with doing that is this forge isn't designed for it. To be simple about it, this forge is designed, and I'm learning over time. That's been what this whole channel's been about, is take a journey with me and learn, with me about blacksmithing. You guys don't need to learn from me, but I appreciate you being here because you teach me too. But the whole point of this channel used to be to learn with me. And a couple of things I'm learning here. One is this forge is a very cool forge. I will take nothing away from Whitlock on this forge. But just like so many gas forges, they're not meant for artistic blacksmithing. They're meant for bladesmithing. This forge is a blade forge. It's very clearly a blade forge because there's no way to lay something across the table. Um, there is no table. There's a V channel. It is very reminiscent of the forges you would see in the East for doing blade forging. Um, they would use a box bellows next to it to blow air into it, but no matter what, it's got that shape that you see very commonly. Um, I wish I could remember the name of that forge, but in that style of forge. And most of these gas forges you buy, especially the cheap ones, they're also just blade forges. It's very hard to put any kind of scroll work in these things. It becomes a vital necessity to have a torch. Well, blacksmithing existed before torches existed, so I know it's possible to be done without torches, and the solution is get a better table. The problem is, I can either make a table or I can buy a table. I haven't decided to do which one I would do yet. Neither one is a cheap solution, and that's really what it boils down to. Is I've been trying to blacksmith cheaply. This forge wasn't cheap either, but it wasn't as expensive as some others I've seen. Yeah, I've thought about that too, but I really want the single piece result. It was something I was really shooting for. It was to do a single piece result. The traditional brands were single piece, and I knew this could be done with a single piece, and that's why I was going for it. I could do that with the other one that I've created. It's actually shaped pretty well to accomplish that at this point. But I'm wanting to do a single piece rake style rake or brand. Brands are traditionally a single piece of iron, mostly bent. Ribbit is cuter. So that's what's going on there. I haven't decided what I'm going to do about this yet. I really would like to do a drop tongs forge. I may have to take the hood off of this thing to be able to pull that off. Open everything up real wide so that some airflow can come in through here while I'm trying to do it. Or I may just have to work at getting a different forge in here that can accomplish my goals. Because this forge is really good, but it's not accomplishing my goals. If I were to have, if I were to take it for the purposes of teaching and so forth, or just demos, it's perfectly fine, right? That I've been getting a lot of asks to make more of the feather, the angle iron feather incense burners, and this can do that no problem as long as I don't burn it up. So can the gas forge clearly, because that's what I did. But I'm worn out. That was a lot of work, and sad to see it end like that. Clearly I had an extra hot spot in my forge. Probably when I opened up the air ports in my dial-a-tweer, they were less clogged up, and lo and behold, they got some really good heat. Oh well. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to hear, Eric. Obviously, this stash looks really good. So there's no doubt that could be done. Drill a hole, tenon a bar, and put it on there. I was really hoping to have I was really hoping to have this texture for my handle, though, especially since it was a nice size for a handle. So, que sera. Okay, Sarah. But yeah, I could definitely rivet this one on. It's not going to get done though today, and I don't have time to do it today, so it's not going to be available for the blacksmith challenge. Here we go. Take a picture. Which one's better? The fire pot, yeah. Uh, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Kevin. It's not as rewarding as I'd hoped. uh, so, increase the animal moved. Huh? What? Eric, try that again. Or unless you're talking about Rosie. That's okay. I mean, you know what may end up happening is I go to Quad State and I find all the things I need. Fury Furnace Forge. Yep, it's a learning journey. That's what this is all about, folks. I mean, I'm not out here trying to make any kind of claims or claims to excellence or money as a blacksmith. I'm out here just enjoying the artistry, the motions, and the learning that I'm going through to do this. So this is something I've wanted to do so long, and just put off for so long, and I kind of regret putting it off as long as I did. Because I made excuses that I didn't have the right place for it, or that I didn't have the right tools for it, or I didn't have the money for the tools, etc., etc. And so, I'm hoping I'm at a point in this that I am willing to start putting some money into it, because clearly I'm still doing it. And for a guy like me who goes through spurts of interest, I'll have a lot of hobbies that I don't necessarily stick to. I'm going to switch glasses real quick here while I'm talking. And so I've stuck to this one. And so it seems like it's worth now putting some money behind the hobby. And I've put some money behind the hobby. I just haven't put, a lot of money behind it. This has been real lightweight compared to what some hobbies cost. And Dave Custer. Yeah, over time you do. You find things that, oh, you mean at Quad State, things I didn't know I need? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true. Hey, Ben, if you don't need that, you can bring it over here. I mean, I don't know where I'll put it, but, I'll take it over here. That's, I know of one other person who has a cone mandrel that size. I'm guessing it's for staves, barrel staves, or not barrel staves. What's the other part? The rings that they put on barrels, because I can't imagine what else, or wagon wheels, because I don't know what else you might need a cone mandrel that big for. I'm washing my hands in this. Here you go, Ben. Slack tub. Delicious. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of pennies to get started. Yeah, okay, hoops. There you go, the hoops for the barrels. It doesn't take a lot of pennies to get started in this craft. you know, and if you don't mind wasting your hair dryer, or making your significant other unhappy when you waste their hair dryer, or what they see as waste, you know, you've got the blower right there. You know, you dig a hole in the ground, you throw some charcoal in it, you put a pipe on the end of that hair dryer and blow it into the hole that you just dug. Voila! You got yourself a forge. And then go get yourself your ball peen hammer. You got yourself a rounding hammer. Use long stock, and you don't even need tongs. It's cheap to get started. It's when you get really excited about it and you really are getting into it and you realize this would be a lot easier if I had this tool or that tool. And so that's when, you know, you start either making the tool if you can, or you have to start investing. And that's I think where I am at this point. Is it's time for me to start investing a little bit more into my hobby, in getting the right tools instead of, you know, tools that look like the right tool at the time. So, or will tools that will do. You know, tools that will do often will disappoint, is I guess what it boils down to. Try to avoid buying tools that will do, just because they're cheap. All right. That is a wrap for me. I am beat. I need to go get me a big old tall glass of something to drink, and maybe even something to eat. It's a good time to stop for me. It's 10 a.m. I still have a good chunk of this beautiful summer day to enjoy, and I wish you guys to go and do the same. You know, even if it's thunderstorming, find a way to enjoy that weekend before you have to get back to the grind tomorrow. And and then you know, come hang out with all of us again next week. Except instead of this channel, go over to Island Metal Forge. Same time though, Island Metal Forge, and enjoy a friendly conversation amongst smiths. And then join me back here again the week after that at 8 a.m. Pacific. What is that? 9, 10, 11 a.m. Eastern. Figure out where you live in the world for all the rest. And until then, love and light. Thanks for being here, guys. Love you too, Ben.